Hi everybody, Raging back with another Mechabellum video. I've played Mechabellum for a long time, and I've played it a lot of different ways. By far the best way to play this game is to play what comes to you. As in, play the cards you're dealt, and play the unit drops. Don't have too much of a pre-planned build. Each game is unique from the last. So this game is an example of that. Our opponent is Cheyenne 412. He's a giant specialist. He's starting with tarantulas and fangs. It's actually one of my favorite openings right now. And he puts the crawlers in as well, and he's going to be sticking them behind the tarantula and pushing us on our left. I am a Farseer specialist with crawlers and stormcallers, and I am setting up sort of in a half board here. I'm playing Arclight slightly forward, and Stormcaller is also slightly forward from the tower. I've been testing Stormcallers in these positions. It doesn't seem to work as well when your opponent is setting up in an aggro position, only if they're setting up sort of in a standard defensive position. And so this is what we're working with on the first round here. Some crawlers behind the Stormcallers, late arriving crawlers, and some Arclights. You can see these Stormcallers here are they're not doing too poorly, but because they're closer, they will, they have the potential of being taken out a little quicker by the tarantulas, which is starting to happen here now. We do get one of them, which is good for us. And we will probably take the round because we have these other Stormcallers on the other side. But I'm a little worried about the positioning of my Stormcallers on the left. So the ever-reliable Stormcallers do grant us round 1. But he does get a level on his Tarantula. Tarantula, when they hit level 2 on the first round, that could be pretty scary. It could be tough to stop. So we have some options here on round 2. There are a couple things sticking out to me here. The Fire Badgers. Yeah, so I actually do take Fire Badgers. I did have a couple other options. I could have maybe flanked with Wasp. I could have started to set up sort of a line of Phoenixes, maybe. Scorpions are really good. I do go with the Fire Badger because I want to be taking out the Chaff so that I can connect to his Tarantulas as soon as possible. Opponent takes the Wasps. He has some pretty tricky techs here. He runs Jump Drive, so he's gonna try to get us with those Wasps. And I don't have any anti-air. That's actually what I'm probably thinking about right now in this game, is I don't have anti-air, and Phoenixes were showing. I actually think Phoenixes are probably a little better for him. I like to pair the Phoenix with the Tarantula, personally. Now, I do something on this round that I almost never do. I buy the Phantom Ray on round 2, and I'm going to be flanking with it here. I've been trying to use the Phantom Ray a little bit more because I'm not 100% sure how to use it, and just been trying to get a little bit better with it. So we are able to take this tower here on the right, and we have taken out a good chunk of his crawlers there in the front with the Fire Badgers. But these Wasps Wasps are really good against Phantom Rays, so we will not be able to win this round. So all that's left here is some Wasps and some Tarantulas, but now the Phantom Rays will get stuck on the Tarantulas, and the Wasps will take out my Phantom Rays. Okay, so now we do have a little better anti-air. We get the free Farseer, being a Farseer specialist. And I'm not so sure about these Phantom Rays anymore with the addition of the Wasps. So I'm going to try to probably maybe try to transition out of them, maybe use them for another turn, see how they go, and then if they don't work out, I'll just get rid of them. We have some options here. There is, honestly, none of this really sticks out to me that much. Round 3 supply enhancement is actually viable to take. I think by round 4, it's not worth taking, since you really only start to break even by round 8, but I decided to skip anyway. Opponent jump drives the Wasps back, and is going to be taking out our Phantom Rays. Good play. Definitely will, and in case people are not aware, the Phantom Ray is it does very poorly against Wasps, so if you're facing Phantom Rays, you can make some Wasps. That'll work. Just trying to figure out what I need to be doing here. I need to definitely be taking out these tarantulas before they start to get a little out of control. And in order to do that, I'm going to be making some fangs and putting them as a barrier in the front of my board. He has gone with the HE on the tarantula, though, so they will be getting through those relatively quickly now. And he actually flanks with some crawlers, too, and that will work. My opponent is very tricky, right? He has the jump drive wasps, he has the flanks coming off. He's an aggressive player. So my goal here is to just sort of create a barrier, a rock solid wall for him to run into, and not try to allow him to do too many different little cheesy plays against us. My opponent in this game is about 1950 MMR, and I'm like 2000, so not too different from one another. Just a different playstyle in this game. I usually play more like him, actually. Okay, so round 4, like I said, just sort of take it as it comes, right? We're offered Elite Mustang, and I am facing some Wasps that I've gotten to a pretty high level. I know that the Elite Mustang is also good against the Spider Mines, should he decide to take them. And also he has lots of fangs, and honestly, I do need a little better chaff clear, so I do decide to pick up the Elite Mustang. It's not a card that I would typically take, but in this position specifically, because I'm facing the Tarantulas and the potential of Spider Mines, as well as the high-level Wasps, I go with it. Take it. I do sell the Phantom Rays. They weren't really doing much for me. Wasps just wrecking them. I'm going to set up here on the left hard. So try to slow down the spider push, and also mitigate the potential of these spider mines. You do need an answer to spider mines. Some I've found, Mustangs are good, and scorching Vulcans are good at taking out those spider mines. Fortunately, you just need a lot of Vulcans, though, to like actually clear them. So Mustangs, I like them a little bit better. Like I said, this guy's pretty tricky, so he's going to be getting in here on our tower. And I actually mobile beacon this arc light back a little bit to deal with this crawler problem. But now we've got the wasp problem, right? But we do have the Mustangs, so hopefully they can bail us out after he takes our tower here. He does have the HE ammo on the Tarantula, though, so just kind of gets through our Mustangs a little quicker than I would hope for there, and very decisive round for him. He smokes us here. Good play by him with the jump drive wasps. That center jump drive wasp can be really tricky to stop sometimes. Okay, so do get some more options here. I don't really have anything to stick the absorption module on. I'm not in tanks, and I'm not trying to get into tanks, so the heavy armor and the intensive training stick out to me, but again, there's not really much to put the heavy armor on. But I do have the Elite Mustangs, so maybe getting some more levels for them is nice. My eye is caught by the intensive training. The last round, opponent did pick up a couple packs of Stormcallers as well. Decided to do sort of what I'm doing here, play aggressively, or at least I was trying to play aggressively with the Stormcallers, but now he's the one who's aggressing with them. I'm just going to get some more Mustangs and give him range. I also skipped that round. Decide I don't need any of those cards, would rather have the money. Now we have 4 Elite Mustangs, and honestly, 4 Elite Mustangs, that ought to be enough. We're going to need to get some bodies in front of these boys soon. But for now, all I can afford is the high-level Mustangs. Since they cost 400 each, I'm out of money. Opponent is delaying the Wasp push. Anticipates that I may make some more elite Mustangs and would rather they show up late after my Mustangs have died. But we do have range on these Mustangs now, and these Mustangs are going to be doing quite a bit of damage, even to these level 3 Tarantulas. So let's see how these new Mustangs are doing here. These are some high-level Tarantulas, but you can see that the level 3 Mustangs are quite strong. They definitely are taking out these late-arriving Wasps now, and good thing, so we can get some levels on our Mustangs with them. We do take out that tower there, and we're able to clear these crawlers before they mess us up. And the heavy armor Tarantula really is the only remaining threat that I have here. But we actually are able to take out that tower as well, since I've leveled this one to 2 because he was pushing us so hard on this side. So the Mustangs make the difference. Still just continuing to play what comes to us. We actually get like the perfect drop here. And seriously, these days in Mechabellum, the best way to play the game is to not unlock your own giants. It's too expensive to be unlocking your own giants if you're not giant specialist. And just play them as they come to you, like this. Like I was kind of hoping that I would get Fortress here. Luckily, we do in this game, but there are other options that come up in the unit rounds that still could support like the Mustang play that I have going here. Obviously, Fortresses are the best one because Fortress Mustang is one of the best compositions you can play in Mechabellum. And actually, it's I find myself sort of ending up in these Fortress Mustang games a lot these days. It feels like as I just sort of play the game out, it just kind of happens. So opponent goes with the high level Rhino, the level 5 Rhino, and he wants to be chasing down our tower here. But these Mustangs and the new Fortress are pretty tough to get through. So let's see how we do against this Rhino. He's still making some pretty tricky plays over here with the Wasp. Wants him to show up late again off the back of this Rhino. Let's see how that goes for him. So in case people are like forcing compositions nowadays and you're finding it's not working so well, maybe chill on that and sort of just play it as it comes. Not a huge fan of these level 4 Mustangs distracted at the beginning of the round like this, but it is sort of a good way of delaying so that we can take out the Wasps. And that level 5 Rhino didn't really work. So now that we have the Fortress, the game is going extremely well for us because he's decided to take the HE ammo on the Tarantulas. It actually nerfs their damage slightly. And so it allows our Fortresses to sort of ping them down from far away. They are pretty tanky, but we are able to get them down. You can see I'm playing just nice and smooth, right? Not doing anything too crazy. Give the Fortress their barriers. Play the Mustangs as they were given. Portable Shield is probably one of the best items to put on a Fortress, since the Fortress is one of the best scaling units in the game. And they have lots of HP, and the Portable Shield is like 100% more HP for the unit. And also the barrier on top of it is another 40k, so this is like a 200k Fortress. Just really tanky, really tough to stop. Since I already have the Mustangs in place, the level 3, 4, 4, 4, 5 rather, really all I need is just more Fortresses, since I have the carry unit in the back here. But he's going to try to do a little more with this Rhino. The Wasps weren't working for him, so he sold them. And now he's going to try to play some Scorpions against Fortresses. Not the best idea, because he needs Acid, Double Shot, and Range. And these are very expensive techs to try and pick up one after the other. It takes a little while to get all of them. And Well, he does have 3, so, and he does have the range, so he's just 1 away. He just needs the acid, really. But, you know, it because it takes so long to charge up, we have so many giants, and if he's in danger of losing on this round. So we are still killing the level 5 Rhino before it can actually take out any of our fortresses. The Mustangs are super strong, taking out all of his guys still. And actually, on this round, I forgot to show, I did a cheeky little Phoenix play, since he wasn't defending his tower. I saw that he sold his wasps, so I was like, well, I'm gonna try to capitalize on that and win the game, but I don't win the game, so I won't be able to do that again. And so to sort of seal the deal on this one, the Overlord, it just looks like really strong. And what I've been running lately, I've taken off the splash and the range and the overload from it. People were running that for a little while, but now I have the old classic techs here with the ground cannon. It actually feels pretty good these days. Sell the Phoenix. Opponent picks up the marksman, the high-level marksman. Pretty good idea since I took these overlords. I guess he might have suspected I was taking overlords or something. But regardless, it's a good call. And just sort of evenly spreads them out. I do take the ground cannon on the overlord and decide to get 3 more. And I'll just load 5 overlords here on the right. Again, we were given the elite Mustangs. We were given the fortresses. I just threw barriers on them. We were given the overlords. I just threw ground cannon on them. I clumped them up since they do really well together. And I want to hit this right side super hard and hopefully get to his tower and then collapse towards the left. That's the idea there. And I just put down like a couple missiles to avail our finish. Anti-air marksman. That's a really good call. If he suspects I'm taking overlords, really nice read by my opponent there. I think I would have liked to see acid attack on the scorpions, but honestly, the addition of the overlords here, it's too many different things for him to try to have to deal with. The cards were really good for us on this one. He does take out a couple of our overlords, but this is an overwhelming force for him, and we do win the game. Quite a big win, actually. Did almost 3,000 damage. I think that is 3,000 damage on that last round. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys this game because I think it really does highlight that the best way to play Mechabellum these days really is to sort of just play the cards as they come to you. Don't try to force too much. Don't try to like force a composition. And unlocking giants, if you're not a giant specialist, can be a really problematic way to play. Actually, my opponent was a giant specialist. He probably should have picked up some giants during this game. Since he did have the benefit of unlocking them for free, he could have been unlocking them and actually blocking the drops. In case you aren't aware, the giant specialist does have the ability to 0 unlock giants, and when that happens, it actually prevents the... So say he unlocked Overlord for free, he doesn't even need to build it, but the fact that he unlocked it means it wouldn't be in the unit drops. Once he saw that I had these high-level Mustangs, he probably should have unlocked a fortress to prevent the fortress drop, which obviously he didn't do because we did get the fortress drop, so just keep that in mind as well if you're a giant specialist. But if you're not giant specialist, don't really be unlocking any giants. Like, there are extenuating circumstances where obviously if you need a fortress, then you need a fortress, right? But like most of the time, you just take it nice and easy and play it as it comes. It saves your economy, allows you to outpace your opponent from a supply standpoint. You can see he was forcing lots of different things in this game. He unlocked the Stormcallers, went Launcher Overload. It didn't do as much as I think he wanted it to. He got the Scorpions when he saw that I had the Fortresses and double-teched them. That's also another expensive investment since the Scorpion cost 100 to unlock. Just, there was lots of inefficiencies in the way that he decided to try and counter back to things when our counter just sort of came to us. It is lucky in some sense, but you will find that if you aren't forcing things and just playing it as it comes, your games will start to go a lot better for you. And, don't panic or anything, just nice and easy. Try to keep in mind, and this is something that I struggle with sometimes, that each game is independent of the last. So just because something happened to you in the most recent game, it has no bearing or effect on this game. And so you shouldn't change anything because of it. You shouldn't don't allow frustration or anything to get the best of you and start, forcing things into place. That'll only start to get you in trouble. So try and calm down a little bit off the last one if you had a bad game. Come into the next one nice and refreshed and play it as it comes. I've seen people recently in my comment section and also a couple people on my friends list say that Mechabellum has been getting to them a little bit. It's been frustrating for them. The meta right now has been getting them down. They haven't been doing as well as they found they've been doing in the past. And to that, I would say definitely take a break if you need to. I've been there. When Typhoon Boat was all the rage like a month and a half ago, I had to take a mini break myself and wait for it to get fixed because I was getting too heated. And when you play this game, when you're a little overly frustrated, it really is not the best mindset to play in. A nice, calm mindset where you're ready to be creative and inventive and just play the game as it comes to you. And don't try to force too much. Really is the best way to play. So I feel that if anybody out there is having a bit of a rough go. And I wanted to show you guys this game because Mechabellum really, it can be simple. It doesn't need to be extremely difficult. It doesn't need to be tricky. You don't need to make all these crazy little plays and, do all this stuff. Sometimes you can just create a line of fortresses when you get them for free. And you can just play some Mustangs, get the boat drop, click the button, and win the game. Nice and simple. Obviously, build enough chaff to protect your units, and you'll be having a good day. So anyway, that is going to do it for today's video. Thanks very much for all the likes and subs and comments. You guys are awesome. We got a great community here, and I look forward to making some more videos for you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.